So I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody here. And after everything is over, when Corinne is finished, we open it up for questions or comments. Just unmute yourself and mute yourself back. So first of all, welcome everybody. It's nice to see you midweek, and a special thank you to Corinne for joining us again. Once again, we received so much good feedback from the last week's deep dive that you did for us. So thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we're excited about tonight. So Corinne and I met the hour before this and did a little meditation to go in to see what the guidance would be for this evening. So she's gonna roll with that, and it's gonna be right in line with everything that you've been hearing. We're still feeling very much in this kind of just quiet, calm, settled space, which is really nice. So we're not intending to stir up anything new. No big teachings or anything like that coming out. We're just going to reiterate some of the same things and then take us into that. I think that's all I wanted to say about this stuff, Corinne. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you, and glad to have you here, honey.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not going to give too much away. It's always better just to experience whatever's going to happen. But I might just share a little bit about what my week has been like. I've been very busy. And I was saying to Mary when we started to talk just before this, I just feel a little bit irritated. So it's the little things that I just need to do, and I'm finding them irritating. So that was the kind of context. And so when we went into meditation, some guidance came through that will hopefully address those sort of things. So very much real life, day to day, how are we going to get through this? So the intention is to be very practical and to help give some resources and a different way of maybe processing what's going on in your home, in your world. So with all of that said, I won't go into, you'll see for yourself what I'm going to do. So if everybody would just like to settle and find somewhere really comfortable, if you haven't already. Yeah, just taking all the time you need just to settle in. And it's perfectly okay to continue just to adjust and move, just as enough time you need to get really comfortable. And as you just begin to settle, just inviting you to let the day that has passed also to begin to settle. Letting all of the activities, all the conversations, all of the thoughts, letting all of that begin to settle. And the crows outside want to say the same thing. Good. So just beginning now with taking some long, slow, deep breaths. So breathing in. And then gently exhaling. Breathing long and slow, inviting in a sense of calm. And using the exhale just to release. Release everything that's not necessary right now. Just putting it to one side. Continuing to breathe in, inviting in calm. And then gently releasing on the exhale. Good. And your awareness can just continue to focus on that breath. Noticing any shifts. Maybe the depth is different. Just allowing the breathing to happen all by itself. And now I'd just like you to become aware of the chair or the bed beneath you. And how you're supported by the bed or the chair or the ball. Just noticing the texture of what's holding your body. Noticing the contact points between your body and whatever you're lying on or sitting on. And then being aware of where you and this, whatever you're lying or sitting on are, where are you in relation to the room around you? So being aware of the space between your body, the chair, the bed, and then all of the walls around you, the four walls if you're inside, and if you're outside, maybe the trees around you. Just noticing the relationship between your physical body and everything that's in your immediate vicinity. And then beginning to slowly expand your awareness more and more. And I'd like you now to expand your awareness outside the vicinity, the room, the area you're in. And I'd like you to become aware of the entire building where you are. Maybe it's a house. Maybe you're in an apartment. And if you're outside, maybe it's a park or a garden. But just being aware of the boundaries and the structure. Just being aware of that. And of the distance between your physical body and this broader structure. And now expanding the awareness even more to take in the street you live in, or just all of the other structures and buildings around wherever you are. So just expanding your awareness out. And then expanding further now, expanding to your neighborhood, the suburb or maybe the small town you're in. Just being aware of the relationship between your physical body and this neighborhood, this town, this area. And then expanding even further now, so your awareness brings in either another neighborhood, another town nearby, inviting in more and more. If you live in a city, maybe awareness expanding now to bring in the entire city, in whichever way that represents itself best for you. And your awareness expands even more now to begin to encompass the area of the state where you live. And expanding even further, even broader, to include the entire state where you live. And slowly, gradually, the awareness expanding even further, now, to bring in the awareness of the entire country where you live. And expanding even more to bring in the oceans that surround this country. And your awareness continuing to expand and expand as you bring in more and more continents and islands and countries, until in your mind's eye now you can see and be aware of the vastness of the earth itself. And just holding the earth herself in your awareness. Just simply observing. And then broadening your awareness even more now to move into the galaxy where the earth rests. The earth becoming smaller now as your awareness takes in other planets and the stars. And your awareness expanding even more, aware that this one galaxy is part of many galaxies contained in the universe. And isn't it amazing, the flexibility of your own awareness? And out here in the universe, everything is held in your awareness. Everything. And here, in this level of awareness, you may even want to say to yourself softly, I am loving awareness. I am. I am. And in this expanded state of awareness, of calm, softening into a broader, vaster perspective, surrendering in to the vastness of your own awareness. And now playing with the perspective and the awareness now, moving your awareness from the vast universe softly and gently back into the Milky Way galaxy. Being aware of the planets, the stars, and moving your awareness, bringing your awareness back to planet Earth. And then with the awareness of the entire planet now, bringing your awareness down, being aware of the entire continent of America, or Australia, or Europe, Africa, India. Just being aware of the structure of the planet, the land and the oceans. And then bringing your awareness down now, down to the state where you live. Draw your awareness down to the part of the state where you live. And your awareness drawing down now to the city where you live, the town where you live. And if you live in the countryside, that part of that countryside where you live. And your awareness gently drawing down to the street, the neighborhood, your local area. And your awareness moving down to the structure where you live, the house, the building. And if you're outside, the park, the garden where you are. And your awareness moving down now into the room where you are, or the smaller area where you are sitting. Being aware of the structures that are around you, perhaps the walls, the ceiling. And then drawing your awareness down to your body and where your body is situated, where you're lying or sitting. And being aware of how your body is being supported. And as you're being supported, just being aware of your breathing, the gentle inhale and exhale. And repeating gently to yourself now, right here, I am loving awareness. I am. I am. locating a still point deep inside and gently repeating to yourself, I am, I am, I am. Surrendering in, allowing your perspective to soften. And with softening, allowing your awareness to relax, to broaden. Recognizing the easiness of shifting perspective, of anchoring your own awareness. Good. And in a moment, I'll count very slowly from 3 up to 1. And on the count of 2, you can gently open your eyes. And on the count of 1, you can be back here, present with all of us. All normal, very healthy sensations returning to all parts of you, and all parts of your mind and consciousness back here, present, clear, calm, and aware. So ready. 3, coming back now. 2, opening your eyes. 1, fully back here and present, aware, calm and clear.
in the experience, I'm reminded about in the Divine 444 course, how it works with energy by the breathing that happens as we do it periodically in each lesson or meditation. And as we breathe out, we're pulling things up from deep within to be included in the integration process. So information comes in and we breathe out and things pull up and join that and more each time. And so as we were doing this in this exercise, I was feeling that same kind of stuff coming up with like the sense of awareness, being able to, our capabilities pulling up into that greater expansion as we did that. So that was really very nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Welcome. You're welcome. Thought maybe it would be useful to now fill in the backstory of how that was sort of, we were guided to do that. So in meditation before this session, it was very clear that for me, I needed the ability to have better perspective or increased perspective about my day, really. So it was very practical. And the guidance was that when you can soften your focus and what you're aware of, you invite in a sort of surrender to what is. And the more you focus narrowly and want something to be a certain way, the more it's an effort of control. And so as we've been reminded again and again, this is a time for relaxation. So I thought that being able to show the flexibility of our awareness, that we can really change the perspective on what's happening in our lives on a really, really simple level. Yeah, so that was the context.
You know, it was particularly nice, Corinne, at the end when we came back down into this individualized lens of awareness, when you said the ease of shifting perspectives, and it's so true that there is that innate capability within us to easily shift from, you know, here to here and anywhere in between. Mm-hmm. I also found it humorous that you started this whole session talking about these little irritations, and then when we start this, you have the crows that are right outside your window, like the little irritations, just right there. And it reminded me of my book, the chapter in my books on Chatterbox. This woman who's right outside my room as I'm trying to go deep, and she's out there like. So thank you to the crows for bringing it all into perspective. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And next week, we're going to take a week off with Corinne. You know, we brought her here to help us get some resources for the time being. So this is the third video now that will be available. If you want to do this again with her, you can do that from the YouTube channel. And I'll make this one available in just a little while. So we'll see her in 2 weeks, which is May 6th. She will do this again, same time, 6 p.m., and I'll send the link for that as well. It'll be the same one that we used tonight, just for reference. And then I will see everybody on Sunday night, same time, 7:30 p.m. as usual, Eastern. All right, I love you all. Thanks for joining, Corinne. Thank you so much, darling. We really appreciate you.
You're very
welcome.
welcome.
Time together be of benefit to all beings. Namaste, namaste.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.